XRP has been doing really well in 2025. You can see it right here on the charts. I mean, look at this incredible move over 2025, right? These are the last 4 months for XRP. But the big thing a lot of people are wondering is, does this path continue for XRP in 2025? And specifically, where do I think XRP is going to go? Now, is XRP going to continue a move like this? Is it currently sitting right in this pocket and still has a little bit more to move up in 2025? What is the scenario? I know that a lot of people are asking this during kind of like this weird altcoin season pause that we're having in crypto. And it's like, it's fueled by a lot of, Trump administration concerns, Elon Musk concerns, tariffs, just what is going on? Are we getting strategic reserves? Are all the things that kind of got Bitcoin to 108,000 going to come true and continue to push Bitcoin and altcoins and everything up further? Are states going to be buying Bitcoin, which is going to pump the price of it? Is quantitative easing going to start? Is something in the macroeconomic environment going to break? These are all the questions that people are asking. And, the big question for XRP is it kind of right here, back at its all-time high, right? Where is that move kind of like right where it is today? Or is it more like something right here where it's accumulating and we see this accumulation here today? I'll tell you in this video exactly what I think. Also, if you're just joining the channel, first time watching, in the description, we have my newsletter, the Crypto 100X Blueprint, putting out a lot of good stuff on what I'm doing in the crypto market. You will also get 7 steps to 100X your crypto portfolio with a free checklist worksheet. So if that interests you, go ahead and join us down there below. Now, in order to understand where I think a realistic expectation for XRP is in 2025, it's probably going to shock a lot of people, but the way that I'm going to do this is a little bit backwards, okay? We're going to work backwards from it, and we're going to skip this XRP USD chart, okay? Instead of being here, we want to go to the XRP dominance chart. Let me show you what this is. So if you've never been to the XRP dominance chart, you're going to type in XRP.D, and you can start to see the dominance of XRP in the crypto space. Now, I think that this is really interesting because you kind of have these two ranges, this range, and you kind of have like another range, like somewhere like right here. And this is typically where XRP is hanging out. In the bear market, it comes down here to the bottom line, and in the bull market, it comes up here to the top line. So traditionally, you can see that in 2015 and in 2017, XRP was about 10 to 12% of the total crypto market cap. And then down here in the bear market in, early 2017, it was 1%. In 2021, it was 1%. And then here in mid 2024, it was 1% again. Now, based on just this chart, and we see 2021 is kind of missing, right? It didn't come back up here. And now we can kind of speculate, was that because of the SEC stuff that happened? I kind of think that that's probably what happened. And today you can see we're not really having this kind of a problem in 2025. So in my opinion, what we could reasonably expect is maybe XRP continues back up here to around 10%, right? Like 10%, maybe it might come down here only to like 6 or 7 or 8. But I think a realistic spot to expect XRP to get to is somewhere up here around 8 to 10%. And for this calculation, we'll probably just use 10% to see where XRP could be if it just got to 10%. I mean, it could still go to 12. Even up here, it got all the way up to 20% for the first 2 cycles. Now, there's a lot more cryptos out there. There's a lot more noise, right? People have been in kind of these altcoin seasons before. I don't expect XRP to be back up here to around 20%. But 10%, I mean, come on, this seems kind of reasonable given what we have seen. So we think XRP is going to go to, 10% of the total crypto market cap again. For example, Bitcoin right now is around 60%, Ethereum is around 10%, and XRP you can see is around 5%. Cardano is about 1%, okay, just to give you some context. And then everything below Cardano is 0.5% or 0.25%, something crazy like that, or 0.1%. And so XRP coming up to 10% doesn't seem that unrealistic. Now, this is great to look at, but again, we need a little bit more context. Like, where is the total crypto market cap going to go? Because you could do this math off of the numbers today. The crypto market cap's around $3 to $4 trillion. But if we use it just on that today, that kind of expects no future growth, right? And so if we expect XRP to grow, then probably a lot of other altcoins are going to grow, which probably means Bitcoin's going to grow, which means the total crypto market cap is actually going to get bigger than it is today. And I think it probably doubles. In order to see the total crypto market cap, you can type in total. So this is total. This is the total crypto market cap. And, real quick, you can just see what I've done here. What I've done here is I've done a trend-based Fibonacci extension on the total crypto market cap. And you can do the same thing back here in 2021. I'll spare you the details for now, but in 2021, this peak got up to the 3.618 line, okay? Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about how crypto this cycle is going to go to a $10 trillion market cap, and I do not necessarily agree. And I don't think in order to make a realistic price prediction, I don't think that you should agree either, okay? Whatever people typically say is going to happen, I think we can kind of, expect it to be just a little bit less, right? Remember in 2021, everyone wanted that $100,000 Bitcoin. Well, we didn't get it, right? And so I think that this cycle is the $10 trillion market cap. And so you can look at this on the Bitcoin chart as well. Bitcoin used to go to the 3.618 or even higher, but I think, last cycle in 2021, it did go to the 3.618. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin only went to the 2.618 here in 2025. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. I think that a realistic expectation of where the total crypto market cap could go is right here around $7 to $8 trillion at the 2.618. So I think that a realistic price prediction for 2025, if we really kicked it off, really had that quantitative easing, really had that alt season, is somewhere here around $7 to $8 trillion. And that's what we're going to use for this prediction. So if we consider that the total crypto market cap in 2025 gets up here to around $7 trillion, then we can go back to our XRP dominance chart, and we can start to work backwards from some math, okay? So if you have $7 trillion as the total crypto market cap, what is, and XRP comes back up here to this line around 10%, what does that make the total XRP market cap in 2025? I'll spare you the math on those details, but if the total crypto market cap is $7 trillion and XRP is 10% of that, it's $700 billion. Now, the next thing that we can do is understand what is the current circulating supply of XRP right here at about $58 billion. What we would then want to do is take 700 billion and divide it by 58 billion to kind of figure out how much one XRP could be worth. Now, if all things stayed the same, if everything stayed the same and XRP continued back up here to around 10% and the crypto market cap went to 7 trillion, that would put one XRP at about 12 USD. And we can go back to the XRP chart and see just what that would look like. But in this analysis we're trying to make here is I think that you could kind of expect, and this does seem a little bit out there, but you could expect a $9, $10, $11, $12 XRP at a $7 trillion market cap based on XRP getting back to 10% of the total crypto market cap. This is kind of where I think XRP holders could target a good sell point in 2025 if we get the crypto bull market that we expect. It doesn't even have to be a very good crypto bull market. I think we're still in line for a good crypto bull market based on what Bitcoin's doing, based on what kind of the economy is doing, and based on kind of what institutions are getting into crypto, I should say, right? And so I think we're still going to have a good crypto season in 2025. But if I were an XRP holder trying to figure out where I think the top could be realistically, I would aim for the $10, $11, $12 mark in 2025, sometime in like Q3 or Q4. I tossed this idea out on TikTok, and some people ask me, well, does that include current utility? Does that include kind of, what XRP has going for it? And yes, of course it does, right? That is, we get all this news all the time. XRP, I mean, you can see it down here. It's had years of news to accumulate, right? Everyone has been talking about conspiracy theories and banks and Bank of America. Like, if you're an XRP holder, if you're in the XRP community, like, this is not new news, right? And so in my opinion, I don't think that you can expect some crazy number like $30 or $50 or $100 in 2025, because the news that we know about XRP, we already know it. And a lot of the XRP community already knows it. And so I think the big catalyst that isn't yet priced in is if XRP gets an ETF. Now, I don't think it's going to be like the best thing in the world if it gets an ETF, because we've seen how the Ethereum ETF has gone. The institutions are adopting it, but it's at a much slower pace, and I think people are ready for it. And so I think XRP would get a boost if it did get an ETF, right? It would have some good momentum on this monthly channel over, the next couple months, right? But I don't think it's going to be like this massive thing to get it to $100. After that question, people have been asking me, well, when do you When would you sell XRP? Now, for all transparency, I don't hold XRP. I think XRP carries a lot of risk for people, especially with escrow, with decentralization, with who's in control, with the voting and the delegation, and how people are kind of just voting with the popular XRP vote. So I think there's a lot of questions to be asked if you're really going to hold XRP. And I advise anyone who holds XRP to really do their due diligence on what they're buying. To me, I prefer ecosystems. I prefer things where retail can get in and use it. And I just don't see that as much in XRP. It's a banking solution, just doesn't really interest me. And if it interests you, that's totally fine. But if I were holding XRP and kind of targeting this $10 area, there's two things I would look at in order to know when to sell. Now, you might be saying, well, Dawson, I mean, you said $10, I'll sell at $10. Okay, sure, you can do that. But some people want to peel off and secure some profits, and other people want to look at this other thing I want to talk about. So the first thing that you can do is, if $10 is your target, $12 is your target, and you want to peel off and get some profits, what I would suggest doing is selling a little bit at like $5, a little bit at $7, a little bit at $8, and then a little bit at 10 or 11 or 12. This will help you get those profits that you're after, but also help you to maximize your risk reward potential. So if you have like 1,000 XRP, maybe if it hits $5, you sell 20%. And then if it hits $6, you sell another 20%. And then if it hits $8, you sell another 20%. And if it hits 10 or 11 or 12, you sell the rest of it. That is if you're trying to cash out all in 2025. Now, if you're holding for 10 years, I think that's obviously a very risky and dangerous play with XRP. I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. But if you're doing that, then you have a much longer time horizon. You might not want to sell all of your tokens. Now, the second way I think people should look at when to sell XRP is not based on price. Okay, there's a way you can look at when to sell XRP, and it's not based on price at all. You can still target the $10 range, and you can still peel off 20% if it hits $5 or something like that. But the other thing you should look at is market conditions. Now, a lot of people don't really talk about this. They say, X coin's going to go to X dollars, and when it gets there, I'm going to sell. But the way that I like to do it is I like to look at market conditions. And so the way that you can do that here is you can kind of see if XRP is at $5 and you see the risk level coming up. You can take risk levels, RSIs, MACDs, and other things to help you understand where the market is currently. And it's something that you can't really predict. It's something you kind of have to watch as it unfolds. So one way that you can do it is, let's say like XRP gets to $5 in the summer. Well, you can see what kind of news is going on in the crypto and the macroeconomic world and understand, like, is everything going as we hope it is, right? Or in November, is everything topping out, right? There's a couple ways I'd do that. One, you just got to watch the news. You got to know what's going on in the world. The second way to do it is to look at things like the Bitcoin risk metric or the BTI Bitcoin top indicator. Okay. And what this is going to do, you have to use it on a weekly or a daily chart. Let me show you here. But this is XRP over all of its cycles. Okay. What you can see is every time this thing gets yellow and red, yellow and red, yellow and red and pink, that is the time to sell your XRP, okay? And so what you can do is, you don't even ever have to know a price. You don't have to know a price prediction. You don't have to know any of this garbage that people love to talk about, okay? All you have to do is come in here and look at the risk metric and know what kind of asset you're buying into. And if XRP is something you want to buy into, then you can just come in here, look at the risk metric and say, okay, risk is only a 6 right now. I think this scale goes up to like 12. And so you could say, okay, risk is only 6 right now. It's not really a bad risk reward. Okay. I probably wouldn't buy if it's over a 6, right? Like, obviously you should probably buy when it's down here in the blue at like a 2, right? But you definitely don't have to sell when it's a 6. The other thing that you can do is wait till this thing gets to a 9 or a 10 or an 11, and all of these indicators are popping off, and you can be like, now is the time to sell. So this is kind of what I'm watching. I am not an XRP holder because I have a lot of things I don't like about XRP just from like a retail standpoint. And my whole goal is to have good risk reward. And so right now, obviously, I think this is like, obviously, to be frankly with you, this is not a good time to buy XRP. Like, look at the move it's had, look at the news it's had. Some people are going to buy it. They're going to buy it from 2 to 10. They're going to make their 5X and be done, right? But me personally, I'm a little bit more interested in like the 20 or the 30 or the 40X. I have investments that have done the 2 to the 5 to the 10X, right? That kind of range of 2 to 5X. And so this is not super interesting to me. But if you're looking at XRP, you want to hold it for 2025. I think you can have a solid 5x in it, right? From around $2 to $10 or $2 to $12, something like that. But I would not expect a 10x. I would not expect a 30x or a 100x or anything like that. You're not going to get rich unless you have a bunch of money to put in XRP. This is where I think XRP is going. I definitely think you can kind of target this range right here between $9 to $12, something around there. And this range also, actually, one more thing, let's show you real quick before we wrap it up. If I remember right, I think this range matches up with a trend-based Fibonacci extension quite well. So this is our trend-based Fibonacci extension, and you can see here that this range matches up pretty well with the 2.618, right? It's right around $9. And so this signifies another really good spot for XRP. I think a good spot for altcoins is right around this 2.618. And, maybe you get lucky and it gets all the way up to the 3.618 or even higher. Newer coins will be able to get higher. Bitcoin, I think, will not be able to go as high on the Fibonacci extension. But, this is just a great spot for me because it coincides with all those things. And then we didn't even look at the trend-based Fibonacci extension. I mean, I've looked at it before, but I did this prediction before looking at it. And so the fact that it lines up just really highlights that that's a good zone, in my opinion. That's what I think about XRP. Look around for $10 in 2025. I definitely think crypto is not over in 2025. And even if it were to be over, I mean, the market is still growing. Things are going to keep growing. The cycles are going to continue, and everything's going to be all right. All right. That's what I think about XRP. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think XRP is going to 100 or 30, or am I totally wrong and crazy? Let me know in the description. Let me know in the comments. I would love to talk to you about it. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. If you've watched this far, please like, subscribe. And if you want to see more XRP content, go ahead and follow, and we'll definitely put out as much as we can. Thanks for watching, and we'll definitely see you in the next one.